starting now. 3, 2, 1.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us?
Putting a dip in your hip, a glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is R.I.F.T Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
Well, hello everybody, and how are you doing today? Yeah, I know I sound funny. Don't worry, I won't talk that much. I just have a frog in my nose. I don't know. But either way, this is right here, and this is Love Shack. So, and of course, we have our Howie Odell up at the top here. We've got Joni over there, and this way we have Mr. Keith. So we have this awesome going on here, and I love the energy. So let's see what happens today.
What?
Coffee is happening today.
Yes, yeah.
Iced tea is happening today.
Coffee and Advil for me. Hey, Keith, where's my pie? You forgot the pie.
At the pie store?
Yeah. Sorry, one of his posts. I commented you forgot the pie.
Yeah, for insight. The other day, somebody asked me what my dating type was. And I was like,
oh, God.
And then the perfect men came up because there was something about, I don't really like, real thick or real skinny. It's those mom bods, that have 17 pounds of tacos and something,
Yeah.
Just a little fluff, and I thought it was funny and it kind of fit, so I threw it up.
17
I told him
pounds
he
of
forgot the pie.
tacos?
A little extra weight, not a lot.
No.
He likes something curvy. He doesn't want to break it.
Curvy, yes.
Yeah, he don't want to break anybody.
Voluptuous.
So I just thought it was funny. Don't mind me.
So a lot of people did. I got a lot of giggles on it.
Hello, Miss Lisa Campbell. Hello, Nikki. How are you? Oh, and garlic bread. Lisa says she needs garlic bread.
Yeah, garlic bread. Yes, that's what it was. Thank you.
All right.
I like garlic bread, just saying.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry, Howie. I'm going to let you take this over, and got a little bit of a sinus infection going on. My brain is half here and half not. So, we'll see which side of the brain's working during the show.
Oh, you can hand it over to me. Let's give it to you.
Howie, Joni, somebody take over here.
Well, first of all, good morning, travelers and those alike. Welcome to Love Shack. I am Ed, the Hitman Odell. We welcome you to Love Shack, where we discuss all things emotional. Look, I'm being pointed at. We discuss. Good morning, Ashley. Welcome and thank you for being a part of the show. Where we discuss and talk with you, our audience, with social issues, emotions, using astrology, science, spiritualism, and psychology and sociology. So we all have a little bit that we all can offer at one time. So you get the whole crumb when you're here.
Yeah.
Not just a little crumb. You get the big crumb, kind of like a muffin that falls apart, but we're the big muffin.
You get that whole big piece of garlic bread, baby.
I like the muffin part. The crunchy part of the muffin.
I like
Apple muffins to me. Yeah, I like the apple.
If it's a brownie, I'll go with the crusty outside. I don't like.
Oh,
it
you
nice.
like the corners.
I do like the corners.
Yeah, the corners.
But okay, we'll go with food and a connection of emotions. That's how it works. Yes.
Because there is food in connection with emotions. You got to figure, in relationships, especially, you guys can enjoy a meal together. But what's the meal consist of? What's the company? What's the reason behind it? Let's see, host. Oh, please share out. Yes, please share out, guys. Please share as much as possible. But there is a connection. You can have like strawberries covered in chocolates and watch a romantic movie together. To me, that's a romance type thing, you know? So, and it works. And you figure when families get together, what I went through, the wedding I had, there's family and food involved in there too. And everybody brings their favorite dish and gathering, and it just somehow adds that little bit of romance to it.
Mm-hmm.
Just
That's
my
right.
opinion. Hello, Sandra.
Oh, Keith's got fans popping in.
JK7 Paranormal.
Hey, so how you doing?
Yeah.
Look, his tribe's already checking in. Look, you guys.
With the shiny on the dog.
That's shiny on the dog.
On the dog.
Hey, Jake, how you doing?
I like that. Put the shiny on the dog. Sounds like a song.
Right here.
Ah,
And today's National Dog Day, so perfect.
There you go. There you go. Bow wow wow. Stoop doggy dog.
Precision.
Stoop dog and dog. Bow wow wow. Yippee yo yippee yay. Bow,
I'm
wow.
just thinking about this. I get these random thoughts, especially when I don't feel good. I don't know how my brain's working half the time, but you got the Hitman Howie over here. We got Keith and his shinies, shiny Keith. And then we've got me, which I'm the Raven Celtic. Joni's got to have something to do with astrology because that girl is kicking.
He is a universal link.
Yes.
The planets are kicking. That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, they kicking all right.
They're kicking.
It's melee.
Oh, well, hello from
in the
UK.
house. There you go. Look, he's got a shiny in the UK. Look at that.
Oh,
Shiny in the UK. All
I'm
right.
waiting for somebody from Australia to pop on next.
Now we have now nicknamed Keith Snoop Dogg Ottersberg.
international Snoop Otter.
International love. Yeah, there we go.
The international magnet.
Well, wait a second. That's ironic because who runs with Pitbull? Only their boy from here from Virginia. So, okay, we'll roll with it. International love. Sorry.
Doesn't Snoop Dogg work with Martha Stewart, or is that someone else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess he's going to find a baker.
Make muffins.
Please make me some garlic bread.
Or tacos.
Tacos.
Martha and her tacos.
Oh,
Tacos,
my daughter and her tacos. She loves tacos. Ashley, I needed the giggles this morning.
Same.
I've been sick, so off the top of my head, I have to tell you guys, I don't even know what the topic is today. So I'm just kind of like rolling with what the heck rolls out of my mouth. So
Works.
Works.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
So on that,
Sorry.
that's legal.
Everybody, this is Plank. Plank, this is everybody.
Hi, Plank.
With his imaginary friends.
He's like, so.
I'm about to start baking like next week. My friend twisted my arm for it.
Oh,
There you go. There you go.
Yep.
So speaking of food, and this is what we do. We're talking about emotions and love. We have to look at the other aspect too. There are people that when something goes bad or they're stressed out, they're stress eaters. End of
Yeah.
relationships. When they're stressing in the relationship, they go right to food. So there is a link to it. It's a feel good thing.
Yeah,
I have a
it
friend
is.
that does that. She is an emotional eater. I mean, and I mean emotional eater. Some people then cannot eat. So it affects everybody, I think, in a lot of different ways. Romance and relationships do.
Well,
Yeah.
think about
I
it.
clean. When I'm stressed in a relationship, I must rearrange the same area 20 times to the point where my kids are saying, just go with it, Ma. And if I'm really stressed, I bake, but I don't eat. And
Yeah,
I'll stop feeding my neighbors.
I don't eat, but I'll clean as well. Especially
Yeah.
if my
Yeah.
temper is flared. Boom, I'm cleaning. I'm organizing. I'm getting that energy rearranged and
Yeah.
set.
Right. And some people are actually natural foodies. So if they're depressed about a relationship, that's normal for them. They're going to eat whether they're happy or depressed, anyways.
Right.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
and the other aspect is again we go back. If they are depressed, there are two factors extreme. They either eat a lot or they stop eating altogether.
Yeah.
So there's always that codependency thing going on with that as well. Food is a codependency for emotions and relationship.
You're losing one thing from your life and replacing it with another. It's
Mhm.
just like addictions. You can quit smoking, but maybe you start eating and replace it. I eat every time I wake up during the night. I go grazing.
And some people do that and they don't even remember going and eating in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
It's like sleepwalking. You're
Yeah.
right.
Sleep eating.
No,
Sleep.
it's true because my man that passed away, he was a sleep eater. But it's kind of funny when you think about it now because he would go to the kitchen, get a bowl of cereal, and have a big bowl of cereal. He'd go back to bed. And oh my God, good thing I put plastic on the bed. He would go back to bed, put it on his stomach, wake up screaming, and wanted to know who put the cereal on him that he just spilled all over himself.
Oh,
Yeah, that it's kind of funny.
You know the
Share it out twice. Thank you so much.
the
Now,
midnight.
what do you guys think makes a successful relationship?
Yeah, we want to hear from y'all today. Let's talk
Yeah.
to y'all. What about positiveness, a sexual relationship, in your opinion?
Yeah, drop in the comments. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, I want to know.
On the
What
midnight
is
eating
a
thing.
successful relationship?
On the midnight eating thing, real quick. That's one of the reasons why my grandma always left the light on in the oven. That way, if one of the kids was sleepwalking, whatever, going to get snack,
Yeah.
they could find the kitchen. I mean, it's a thing.
Ah, Nikki says communication. I
Yeah,
have to agree.
communication.
I think
Yes.
communication is the number one thing
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you'll have somebody who's a great communicator and somebody that's not. That's going to cause a lot of friction.
It's going to cause a rift. Yeah.
No pun intended.
No, not at all.
Yeah. I think trust is one too. Absolutely.
Trust it. Yep. I would have to agree. Trust is number two.
Not only trust of your partner, but you also have to trust yourself.
Bingo.
That's one
Yeah,
of the
you
things
do.
I wanted to point out today was working on self. We're
Yeah.
always talking about relationships and everybody else, but we need to focus on self to get you to the point that you can work in that relationship. That's why we want you to ask questions. That's why we want to know from you guys. So
Respect boundaries, room to breathe, communication, and what? Sorry, my
no hiding information from each other. That's key.
yes,
Right.
that really is. Hi, somebody behind you, Howie. Hi.
Howdy.
Oh, it's grooming.
Respect boundaries, room to breathe, communication, and I'm sorry, my eyes aren't functioning with this.
And comprehension.
Thank you.
Comprehension.
See? Duh.
Yeah. If you don't understand what your partner's trying to explain to you,
Yeah,
that communication isn't going to go anywhere.
agreed.
You need to take time out and say, hey, I need just a minute to comprehend that. Or can you explain that to me in a different way to where I can understand it?
Oh, sorry.
That can go a long ways.
Yeah, it really can. But as get back to what Howie was saying, You, as an individual, you have to learn to love yourself. Not only that, you have to like yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you don't like who you are, you don't love who you are, you're just going to continually continue that path of that non-existent bad relationships one after the other, because you have to be very comfortable with who you are as an individual. And for some of us, that takes such a long time to do.
Mhm.
58 years for me, but hey, well, I'll minus a couple because I met him a couple years ago. But yeah, stuff like that, it took a long time.
Yeah.
It really does. And that's the one thing, when we're younger, people don't teach us that. They don't teach us how to like ourselves, how to love ourselves, because in today's society, for Gen X, it was so much easier. But today, people can throw something out online and embarrass the heck out of you. They can do all kinds of stuff to sit there and trash you, and it's going to affect you emotionally. So if it affects you emotionally, it's going to affect what's happening as far as a future relationship.
Exactly. Hello, Des. Just want to make sure we get you and say hello there. I
Howdy. Gemma, how you doing?
Hey, Gemma. I want to say this before we move on. Eh, Sandra put, haven't been in a relationship for ages, no cheating. Here's something that actually struck my nerve in my thought process this week. Um, this notorious saying that cheaters will always cheat. That's not the truth. That is not a truthful statement. There are reasons why someone goes outside of a relationship. Um, Yet it be emotional or physical, there's something missing, which means that's a lack of what, Joni?
Trust,
Yeah, lack of trust and lack of communication.
lack of communication. Well, I think there's a whole lot of um, things that a person can cheat. I mean, cheating is a lot deeper than just cheating. Like you said, there's a lot of reasons why somebody goes outside of a relationship.
Hmm.
You know, so. But the thing is, if someone does cheat, can that relationship be restored? That's another thing.
That's where. Go ahead, Keith. I know you were. I'm sorry. I saw you were getting ready to say something. Go for it.
Right. It's possible to restore that, but both partners have to want to, and they have to communicate as to why that happened, and both be acceptive of those reasons and everything. But you're right, completely right. It does go back to the trust issue, and that leads back to trusting yourself, especially in this aspect. Because if you were a not so good person 20 years ago and you went out on your partner all the time, now you're not that same person. You've grown. This is the way you are. You have to trust yourself not to fall back into those past thought patterns.
Yeah. Agreed.
Absolutely. I think one thing we have to realize in a working relationship, and I see no control issues, trust, so many on this list, and it's absolutely true. It's all
Yeah.
so true, Nikki. But one thing we have to accept is before we really get into another bad relationship, if you're in a good relationship, rock on. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
But if you're working on self, you need to look at yourself. We're not always good. And it takes two to tango. Remember, the dance is not an individual dance unless it's solo and you're break dancing or
There you
tap
go.
dancing. So where was that breakdown at? And was there things and signs that you should have paid attention to at the beginning that you did not pay attention to and you let slide? We have to take responsibility for self. What's our great qualities? What's our love? What's our passion? What can we give? And what do we take? Hear what I said. Not what do we want? What do we take from the other person? When we understand what we take from someone, then that helps us develop our personal existence in a relationship.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Not wrong at all.
So here's a question. What of all the zodiac signs out there, which one do you think statistically, now I'm not saying this is true, but statistically is
Aquarius.
cheats the most?
Aquarius.
So,
Take a guess.
Scorpio.
Aquarius.
No.
No.
Wait.
Sagittarius.
Pisces.
Sagittarius. Isn't that
What?
funny? Sagittarius.
Sagittarius. You
Sag-
said.
oh,
Why? Why do you think that is, astrologically speaking?
Because for the thrill of adventure, they love a thrill of adventure. They love they're free spirits. I don't think they would look at it as cheating. Actually, Scorpios are extremely loyal. I think it's just they get a bad rap.
not wrong. I was in my past. If I got into a new relationship, I was loyal to a fault.
Yes.
Until I was given a reason not to be, and then it was all about me. Now it's like, nah, this happened. We need to sit down and talk about this, see if we can work this out. Let's understand this.
Yeah.
I would think it'd be Aquarius because we like our loneliness at times, our separation, but we like change. We like to motivate. We like to create, and we need difference. Well, that's one of the things. Now, Joni, correct me if I'm wrong on this.
Okay.
But being an Aquarius, Aquarians have the unique ability to multi-love on the same level of multiple people. That's one thing that's unique to an Aquarian.
Well, Aquarius likes that. Yeah, that's true because they're like everything's the same. Everybody's at one level. Nobody's above anybody. But I
Bless
don't
you.
know.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Aquarians can be detached. They can be detached. They can be detached. So I
But
think
Howie's an
they
Aquarius?
detach their feelings.
I am. I'm a Scorpio, Aquarian, Libra.
Scorpio.
Yeah, I only
Leo.
know the Gemini,
Leo.
Aries.
Leo.
I have no
But I
idea.
keep thinking Libra.
I don't know.
I keep thinking
Gemini,
Libra.
Aries. I don't know what the other is. So
I got to work on the Leo side of things.
Yeah, Leo is the star. I mean, Leo is the leader. Leo, that's a good combination. The thing about it is, though, with a Leo Aquarius, it's opposites. They're opposites. So you might have like the guy on your shoulder, the devil and the angel at all times.
Huh.
Yeah. I've got that with Libra and
Sometimes-
Aries. I mean,
Sometimes even my devil over here is like, what the are you doing now?
I know.
Now, here's
Scorpios.
a good question. Another one for Joni. Sorry. Do you happen to think, literally talking like astrology here, do you think somebody's birth chart will actually
Hey, Donna.
affect how their relationships are versus their experiences they've been through, or is it a part of both?
Combination.
It shows up on the natal chart. It
Yeah.
showed up in mine.
Huh.
It showed up in mine because my mother had my chart done when I was little, and the astrologer said, "Oh, I hope these aren't all marriages." So it was like she took one look at my chart, and went, "Oh no, no." Well, and after the fourth marriage, I'm like telling my mom, "I think I need to look at my chart." Four. I mean, and that was before I was 40.
Wow.
So I thought I got to take a rest.
I got two. Third
I
one's
got
John.
4. So it shows up. Yeah, it shows up. A lot of things will show up. But whether or not you take that path, that's up to the person. Entirely up. I think it's up to the person.
It depends on your upbringing and your conditioning and everything else. What you were taught is normal. I mean, that's going to affect your relationship. You can have a set of twins, identical twins, raise them in two completely different situations, and they're going to come out two completely different people. But at the same time, raised in the same household, they may see things differently and still become two different people, but yet closer.
Yeah.
It's weird. But I think a lot of it depends on the upbringing, but then again, a lot of it does depend on the astrology and how it guides us through that process, if that makes sense.
Well, all of my planets fall in the 7th house, which is the house of marriage. So, I mean, that's where my stellium is, and it's in Libra. Libra is the house of partnership. So it's like, oh, crap. So she was right.
Ah.
Divorce number 2. Oh, welcome to the club. Welcome to the club.
Hey,
But
look,
I'm
we
not
actually have a
anti-romance by any means.
Jim was
No.
like, never been married. Good for
It
you.
took me,
Smart
it,
woman.
it took me 5 years to get my last divorce, from the time she left to the time we signed the papers.
Wow.
But in that time, there was a lot of lessons, a lot of learning, and a lot of self-discovery. And I was able to stand up for myself. I had enough strength to do that and say, "You need to
Huh.
get this." So sometimes time is your friend.
I like
Well,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Time can definitely be your friend. I agree with you on that.
Definitely.
Yep.
Yeah, there are different astrology signs that are a lot like your earth signs are going to be a lot, they're going to be in it for the long haul more so than air signs. Air signs are pretty, we're pretty flighty. But I don't mean that in a negative way, but your earth signs are going to be a little bit more grounded and be, well, I'm for sure this is what I want, where an air sign gets distracted. Ooh, look, and
You know what? Okay. Bam. Something just spirit just went, hey, ask the question, ask the question, ask the question. I'm gonna ask the question. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Gee. What does astrology say about sexuality in the relationship? Is there a connection with that too?
absolute, of course, yeah, Mars and Venus.
Yeah.
Where your Mars sign is, where it falls, at what planet you have Mars in. Like, let's say you have Mars in Scorpio. That person's going to be the magnet. They're going to be very sexual. Let's say you have Mars. Okay, Mars is getting ready to go into Libra. I'll give you an example. What is Libra? Libra's all about balance. So that person's drive and their passion is going to be a balanced type of a relationship. Um, so where does your Venus fall? Venus falls in Libra. You're a romantic. You're going to love the beauty of a relationship. You're going to want a balanced relationship. If it falls in Sagittarius, you're going to want adventure. So you have to look at Venus, which is the female cold, and then Mars, which is the male hot. Where do they fall in your chart? Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
So before we go any further, I want to say this. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like your love chart on this show, please reach out to us.
Yep.
That's what this show's about too. Reach out to us through the email, which is on the banner down below, or reach out to us on the main page through our PM. Let us know you would like your love chart read on one of the shows. That's one of the things we do.
Yeah.
We
Now,
want
the
help.
love chart, is that for couples only? Or is it for an individual?
Well, you could do it for business partners. You could do it for who would, you could also do a chart and say, who would you be focused with? Do you know what I mean? Who are you compatible with according to your Venus and Mars and your rising sign? We could do that too.
See, there you go. It's on
And
both
why
ways.
are people attracted? Why are Pisces attracted to Aries? Because Aries is just impulsive. They're exciting. There's something that a Pisces is like, man, they say what's on their mind. I wish I could have that part where I don't run and get my feelings hurt or be so emotional. Because they admire that in an Aries. Until they get into a relationship with them, and then they're like, oh, hell no, they're too explosive for me. Yeah.
And
So yes, it goes back to the Mars and Venus.
How you look like you were going to say something and stopped.
He's thinking about Mars or something.
well, no. It's true. I was. I'm thinking we see in relationships one of the biggest issues is always sexually related, but it's an underlying issue that nobody talks about. Let's not talk about it. It's voodoo. Pop the can off that shit. Let's talk about it.
Sure. What do you want to know?
Well, now what do you want to know? What? Uh,
What?
what? Stop that.
Okay.
But one of the things is if you have an individual that's highly sexually driven and the other one
Right.
that's not, then there's a trust. This is where that trust comes into trust in that relationship between the two. So, where is psychologically you think about it? If the trust is not with one and then at the other, and they're getting together, it's not going to properly come across as it should with the connection because that individual may be the one with the trust issue, may have the problem, and they're not putting forth the energy. There's energy and frequency in it into the sexual side of the relationship. This could be men or women. Men need to be, oh, I'm going to say this, look out. Hopefully,
Uh-oh.
I'll get a lot of cheers for this. Men need to be more understanding of the woman's biological system. We have to
Yes.
understand their emotions. We have to understand what they're physically
Yes.
going through.
Yes.
Their mental and physical work like this, where guys are just like, women
That's
are
true.
so guys may, and this is why we see a lot of guys cheating because they don't understand what their partner is. That goes back into this first show we had on here when we talked about the signs of love, understanding communication.
Sometimes they feel betrayed, therefore they go out to find their security, their love, their touch, whatever that they're missing from their relationship. They go out to
Yeah,
find
but
that.
a lot of times it's not always the man that's the aggressor. Sometimes
all.
the woman is the aggressor in the relationship. So it really does depend.
But I think the majority of the time it's men. I just think that.
Yeah. Huh.
Good luck on that. You may need a therapist on call for that. We can be complicated.
Yes,
Yeah,
women
that's-
can. Women are.
Oh my God. Donna Wallace, are you Scottish?
If
You
you are
seem last name Wallace.
cheating on your partner is going to feel that anyway. And it absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
You're going to come home with that guilt, whether you want that guilt or not, it's there and it's going to radiate. I mean, they know, you know. You
Oh,
might
I
not
think
prove
people
it,
know.
but you know.
Men are very visual. Very visual. That's why that's why men are considered hunters because they seek out. That's why, not in this time and age, but it used to be, guys would have multiple partners. And well, everything's the same now. Okay, let's just put it out there. But it's true. Men will seek out the physical and then the emotional, where women are about making that. Not all women, and society's changing because, unfortunately, I'm just going to say this on a sociological level, women are acting like men. They are just out to get the booty call and roll too. It's called getting strange in today's society. I don't understand it,
Me
but
neither.
And we got to think about this too. Survival of the fittest, nature. Okay,
Ah,
it is inbred in the male normally to go out and breed to keep that population going,
Right.
to get your offspring out into that. It's part of our DNA, our upbringing.
nice.
It's part of nature. So I mean that's constantly, we're constantly fighting that. You don't even realize you are, but you are. So that's something to keep in mind as well.
But even when you're talking the passion, the sexual connection, there's still communication involved.
Mhm.
You have to be able to communicate. Like you have to be able to not shy and say, "Oh, I don't know, I don't want to say that word." No, you have to be able to communicate the desires to each other in order to make it stand. So communication still is the key, even with this.
A lot of people have a problem with saying, and in a relationship, especially if it's new or in the mid, I want some. They don't know how to communicate to their partner that they want to get together with them because they've gotten used to a cycle. And in that cycle, it fades into normality where the communication is thrown off. So they don't know how to communicate that they are, hey, let's hit the bed or something. You know, that I see that a lot in today's
It could
society.
have a could that like have what you're talking is that has a lot to do with like past relationships or past experiences that actually affect how you're reacting.
It can. It
Yeah.
very well can.
Uh,
Um, again, what draws you, what attracts you, you got together with that person in a relationship for a reason. But if you lose that, why did you lose it? There's the other question. We're going back to self, not the individual. We have to look at
Yep.
self again and go, okay, what happened? What turned the switch on and off?
Yeah. Why?
Sandra, thank you
Oh,
for being here this
good
morning.
point.
Yes, thank you.
Vicky just made a really good point here. There she is. Yeah, breaking cycle and patterns in some relationships are important.
And
Um,
I needed to spend
cycle
time by
break, yeah.
myself after that breakup to heal,
Right.
not jump right into another relationship. And I am still healing from the last one I got in. After the 3 years of being single, I got in another one, and now I'm still working, healing, learning. So I'm not in a hurry. I have my turtle here. I have my turtle. Slow. I'm going to give my attention to my pup. But
Slow and steady wins the race.
on that,
Yeah.
it's just a process, and you're going to know when you're ready. Nobody can tell you you're ready.
Right.
You're going to know, and don't let somebody force you into a relationship if you aren't ready. If they're not understanding of that, if they can't be patient for you, then that's probably not the person for you.
Exactly.
Exactly. Agree.
Knowing self too in a rebound situation. That's one of our other faults. Dominus omnis, caretas, amadas, agodas, and others. Bless you.
I
Uh,
keep sneezing.
the thing is we get out of a relationship. One of our past bad behaviors is a rebound effect.
Rebounding.
Yes.
Right. Codependency. We need that filler. Go ahead, Keith.
I'll just add to that. I need comfort. The air quotes. I need comfort. I need something. I need something.
My advice is get a dog or cat.
I did.
There's your comfort.
Yeah, get a
And
cat.
you know what? This is where a lot of that rebound sex comes from.
Yeah.
Getting the nookie, getting the strange. You're trying to fill a void until the void is filled, and you'll never fill the void because you keep having sex with endless people for no apparent reason.
That energy sticks around for what, about 30 days?
Yep, 30 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my advice to anybody on a sociological point of view is lesson learned, by the way, just saying, do not get into any form of relationship after you break up with somebody for 30 to 90 days. Take that time because you need to mental cleanse. You need to embrace self. You need to really focus on what took place. So you need to carry that.
Yeah, it's true. The rebounding effect is harsh on relationship. I was alone for years. I refused.
Spirit stepping in. We have a word from Spirit.
Yeah.
I got my ghost radar going on over here.
Oh, that's fun. What's it
Oh,
say?
okay.
It says worth and change. It's worth the change to be patient, wait, and heal yourself.
Yes, it really is.
I don't know if you can see it, but
I don't know. Wonder if that's mom. Hi, mom.
I can't get it to show.
That's cool when that does that. That always comes out like that, though, Keith, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's interesting. Sometimes it's spot on.
I think as far as relationships, it's important not to rebound, not to wait. I mean, to put it quite bluntly, without putting it too bluntly, there's ways to take care of yourself while you take care of your inner self, and that's what you should focus on. You really.
That's
should
what she
focus
said.
Sorry. I was trying to put it in the correct manner without saying it outright online. But yeah, I'm a Gemini. You never know what's coming out of my mouth. So. I'm sorry. It's just the way that it should be. Take that time because you need that time. You need that time to heal in here.
Yeah.
Figure out why that relationship did not continue.
Exactly.
No, you're going to take that into your next relationship. So what happened
Exactly.
in that next relationship?
Yeah, is it based off love or lust? What was it?
Exactly.
You got to find that point. Feeling a need, seeing a need, that all plays into it.
Yep.
So yeah, I totally agree with that. Is once we learn the lessons and see person, you can actually see that in future and other people if they're trying to apply that manipulation, that deceitfulness. If they're trying to apply division, we can see it where we couldn't before because maybe we learned that lesson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been tempted to jump into a relationship here a couple times. Somebody came into my life. Hey, I really like this person. This might be a possibility. But instead of jumping, I tried to sit back, try to get to be friends and that. And in doing so, found out that person was not the person for me. No matter how shiny they are or whatever, what qualities they have, there are qualities that I wouldn't be compatible with, and they would not be compatible with my qualities. So it in the long term, it more than likely would not have worked out. I don't know for sure, just saying. But maybe I see something in myself that I need to work on more. Maybe I see something in them that they need to work on more. So those two clashing issues would further down the road. So,
Where's that music coming from?
Not here.
The music?
Background music playing, Howie?
Yeah, we got the background.
Background.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's loud and sometimes it's not. It's so weird.
I don't know. Are you hearing the
Maybe
cicadas
it's my
too?
eardrums. No, it's
Hope
true
it's-
because when you're in a relationship and the relationship falters, the hardest person to look at is yourself. Because normally you break up, oh, that one did that, they did this, they did that, they did this. Okay, but why? Why was it done? Was part of it you?
What did you do?
Was part of it what you did? So the hardest person to look at is self. And that's why you need that break. You need to actually live with just you, yourself, for a while to figure out, was it you? Is there something about yourself you need to change? Is there something you need to work on before you move forward?
That I used to blame the other person.
That's right.
No matter what happened, I didn't do anything wrong.
Yep.
Guess what?
Yep.
I found out different.
Yep.
I was a large part of the issue. I can openly admit that now.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of myself for realizing that. It takes a lot to do that. But yeah, I was a big part of the problem back then.
Gemma says all about connections, communication, and honesty. Without that, it's no for me. I'm a very open person and independent, which has left me out there for over 14 years. And there are some people who recognize that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this real quick. I'm going to open this door. Joni, go ahead. You had something?
Oh, go ahead. No, I was agreeing with her.
Oh, okay. I agree with her too.
Yeah.
When we were talking about sexuality again, there are 3 degrees of sexuality as well. There's actually a type of individual that cannot have sexual relations with someone unless they're spiritually connected. This is an actual term. This is an actual science.
Yep.
It's a frequency and energy thing.
Yep.
So it can be manipulated and deceived to get there.
Yes.
When we do not recognize, but once it's there, if you feel that bond at like frequency, not emotional, you guys, 2 different things. If the frequency is right, you're going, okay, yeah, let's get the meow meow.
That's
All right. But that's because they have manipulated the situation to make you think that they are who they want you to perceive they are. So we have to acknowledge that and accept it. Yeah. It's a truth. It's a real thing.
And then later on, when the frequencies, the mask comes off and the frequencies start clashing, reverberating instead of vibing, that drive goes away.
That's right.
And it's usually the person who's is doing the deceiving that starts to fade because they can't be seen much longer because they're using so much energy to hide.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
And then it
Okay.
comes off, and it's like, oh, who the hell are you? Was I drunk? the
Been
whole time?
there.
What's going on?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gemma, thank you for bringing that up because that's one of the points that I've always wanted to talk about is there's people that can just get together for the moment, the here and the now. Oh, I can give you a blowjob, no big deal. Okay, that's enough. Sorry, you guys, it just came out.
I'll be right.
Okay, but dude, where are you going? No,
He's probably laughing off the air for a minute. And then once he composes himself, he'll be back.
yeah. But in this thought process, this is true. It's in the here, the now. It's just a physical act. That's where on the next step is the emotional. It's not
Right.
there. They can turn their emotions off and have sex because it's a here now. I'm self-gratifying myself for the moment.
Right.
Right.
And when you get into that relationship, it's still possibly that same thing until it fades.
Exactly.
So yes, it is true. That's how this mentality's come about is self-gratification, much like in today's society of entitlement. It's a part of the entitled thought process. Oh my God, what timing?
Well, I was supposed to open the garage door so my son could come in and get a padlock key for my car trailer so we can use the winch. And I forgot to open the door. And then the dog started barking. And he texted me, "You forgot to open the door." So I had to go open the door so he could get the key and then calm the dog down. So
Good timing though.
Yeah, it was.
Perfect timing.
What'd I miss? What'd I miss?
Blowjobs.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, you missed it. Sorry.
Ashley, I mean, I know people that do both. Connection is what it makes the sexual experience worth it, though. See, and I agree with you there, but that's where the deception is. Somebody can deceive their mask and who they are. They can make you think, make you feel that's who they are when they're not. They're getting their self gratification while you're thinking this is more than it is. Even when your intuition goes, alert, 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 red flag, red flag. You not see the flag.
I still don't see a lot of them because that's my old normal.
Yeah.
The red flags are my old normal. So they weren't red flags.
Yeah.
This is true. This is very true. So, and I'm not saying everybody's like that. There are people who are actually looking for real relationships. What we've lost, and I said this in the last show, is our society's ability to courtship. We're not taking the time to get to know somebody anymore.
Bingo.
And then
100% agree. I
What's
agree.
so easy?
Freedom.
So I agree. And not a lot of people will take the time to get to know somebody and who they are, their likes, their dislikes, learn if you can communicate, if you can laugh, if all these things. So if you're not taking that time, it's just not going to work.
Agreed. And you know what? I'm going to say something funny. He just
Okay.
walked away. That's ironic. But Joni,
What?
when I say this, let me see what you think.
Okay.
The answer is they say sometimes the best relationship is marrying your best friend.
Oh, I agree with that.
So,
100%.
we can look out here and look at Keith and Christy and go, that might be a wonderful relationship. It's strange. Dude, I'm making an example. I'm not saying yes or no.
I know.
But Joni, am I right?
You're 100% right.
Thank you.
Sometimes,
I
but not
think
always.
those are the marriages that last and the relationships that last. Those are your 20 and 30-year relationships are people that will tell you we were best friends first.
Yep.
And
even close friends, if you were open and you have that bridging opening of
Yes.
communication and talking and look, I'm going to go take a dump, I'm like, oh, okay, those kind of things. That open communication, that straight across the board, usually that's the key moment right there.
And those are the relationships that are the 40, 30. Those are the ones that they get through everything because they were friends. I
Yeah.
think it's important.
If you just jump in the sack with somebody and say, okay, we're going to be in a relationship, you don't know that person. They don't know you.
No.
Bingo. Yeah,
But
I agree.
but
You have
then
to have
again,
that
how
communication.
the thing about it is though, when you are friends first, how does the friend zone go into the romantic zone without somebody going, "Oh crap, how do they really feel about me?" So it's a
Valid point.
difficult
Yeah.
situation.
You got
Yeah,
to be able to have
Because
that communication
Mhm.
and be adult
Drink,
enough to
go out
say,
and get drunk, I guess.
okay, you know, maybe this is something we should look at. And if one person's okay with it and the other person just, is just friends, that's
exactly.
okay. You need,
But then you might lose the friendship,
it's
I think
possible.
if the friendship
right?
is strong enough, then honesty should be right up front.
Yes, you need that trust and you
Yes,
need to have respect enough for the other person to accept their decision and not try to
exactly.
push the issue because that is when the friendship's going to end.
Right.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, this is the opportunity for those people who are abusers to step in and manipulate the situation. So
Right.
you have to be aware of that. We not get into a relationship with every friend.
Yeah.
No.
I've
Um,
had friends that said, hey, I kind of like you. I didn't catch the hints, but they finally just said, hey, I kind of like you. I'm like, thank you for that. But
Yeah.
where I'm at right now, I'm sorry. Thank you for that, but I can't, and so far they're all still my friends. So
That's a nice way to say it too. You're
Yeah.
not, you said, I'm not, that's not where I'm at right now, but you're not, the person's not taking kind of a hit
right,
because you didn't come out and say, that's not how I feel about you, but you
right,
said it to keep it general. So that person's not taking it as a hit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah,
Here's the
It's
downfall.
a very kind way of saying that to somebody.
Very true. Here's the downfall. You're in a relationship, you get out of a relationship, you weren't really that interested in that friend, but that friend is interested in you, and you want to fill a void. Guess who's going to fill that void? That friend.
Yeah.
Right.
That friend. And that's where you make the big mistakes are made.
Okay,
That's
what about the FWB thing? Speaking of that,
I,
what's
I
your
don't,
on
I
that?
don't think so. I don't think people do it, but I just
I don't
think,
know what that is.
Friends
friends
with
with
benefits.
benefits.
You got
Oh, thank you.
your
oh,
friends and you agree, okay, I'm not
I,
getting it. I'm not either. You want it once in a while? Okay. But they keep it in the friend zone.
but I
Ah,
think I think
Self
a person in
gratification.
that situation, somebody's got feelings and they're just
yep.
afraid to admit it.
Bingo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why I
One
brought
of
it up.
the two has feelings and they're just taking what they can get out of that
Pretty
person.
much.
That's thank you. That's exactly my point. It's self gratification at the moment. Maybe things will happen. Maybe this will work through. If this happens, maybe it'll grow into something else. But you're now creating Harry Carey,
Right.
Yeah.
emotional Harry Carey.
Yeah.
Yep.
We have to be very careful of that. All people do, because they're just, again, like I said, some people can do it without having a second thought. Hey, you want to jump in the sack? Hey, we can take care of it. Da 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 da. Wrong, because that creates an emotional baggage. That creates something for you that it's going to damage you down the road.
Yeah.
No cookie.
Cookie.
There you go, babe.
He's trying to give somebody a cookie, you guys.
Good girl.
He's just giving out cookies.
I just gave very good looking blonde. Took it out.
Good. Your dog is your shiny. That's a good thing.
Yes.
Shiny.
Facebook user. Is this coffee hour talking morning soup?
Yes.
Yes. Don't know who the Facebook user is, and I don't have the link to actually share. This is the Love Shack. Is what
This
this
is Love Shack.
Don't know who the
But,
Facebook
however,
user is.
Yes.
I will say this. Now that got brought up, and hold on, Nikki, I'm going to bring that up. I'll post it up here, but I'm going to talk about that real quick.
All right.
We'll do a quick hit. We got about 6 minutes left in the show. It's Brenda. It's Brenda.
Hi, Brenda.
That here in the near future, there will be a Wednesday morning show coming to the network. That is basically like coffee, that all things will be discussed and talked about. It's going to be called Look What's Going Down on the Inside. And yours truly will be hosting it.
Right.
Be every Wednesday morning about between 10 and 11 in the morning,
Yeah.
and just general talk.
Like that.
I like
Yeah.
it too.
Yeah, I do. I like it.
So, Nikki, no, I disagree. I know folks who do that who have zero relationship interest in each other.
Uh,
Neither one. And that's fine, Nikki. You can
Yeah.
disagree.
Yeah.
And it's perfectly fine. We're good at that. And we're not saying that's all the case, Nikki. However, the fact is the fact of basic on social and psychological
somebody's got a
basis.
crush. One of the two has a crush and they're just not admitting it. And they're going to say, no, I don't have a crush. I'm just doing it for that. But somebody's got,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think
Like
somebody's
you wanna
got
talk.
feelings.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's just,
You
it's
know,
never been my.
and if
I
they
don't have an opinion on it. I don't have any experience in it. So
right. I just learned this because of sexuality.
yeah.
And understanding. The other fact is, yes, two people can get together, as I stated earlier,
Right.
when there is just a let me get it on right now. Let me feel myself. Let me get myself happiness through that other person.
Instant
That does happen too.
gratification. It's like a shopping addiction.
It's
But
an
you know, on a spiritual end of it, you have to remember too, every time you're doing something like that, you are attaching your cords to somebody else. So you
Bingo.
know, you have to have a lot more self-respect of this is when you do that, you're taking everybody that if they don't cut cords. And so it's like have a respect your energy because you're getting it. You're getting their energy too.
And that can interfere with someone compatible with you coming into your life.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Agree. Totally agree.
So from an energy standpoint, I would be very careful.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
If you've decided that you are going to be single for the rest of your life,
right?
Cool, go do your thing. But if you are eventually going to want to get into another relationship, you're going to want to be kind of careful.
Yeah,
exactly.
Our energy is precious, and we need to be more observant and put up more boundaries of our own frequency and relationship
right.
when it comes to
You know, it's always protect your energy like you protect your ATM card, because people don't realize what, you know what I mean? They just don't.
I gotta say it. I gotta say it. Sheila just spoke. Sheila just got in my ear. Spiritual condom.
That's right.
Spiritual condom.
That's right.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
Not wrong.
Exactly.
Spiritual protection.
Not wrong.
Yeah.
It's like a paranormal condom on the spiritual side.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You got to.
She's got the monkeys at the typewriters.
And honor it. You have to honor your energy. Honor what you stand for and your energy. You know?
Yep. I agree.
See, she says, makes sense. I messed up with a bad energy. Now I stick with Bob. Now I got the bad energy off.
Battery boyfriend. Oh.
You know what? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Agree.
It's true. You know, sometimes Bob is better than a relationship. I can't believe I just said that, but you know, there's no emotional attachments. Well, it could be. I don't know. No, that's physical. That's a sentimental. Yeah.
It can be a thing, Nikki. It's, you know, I'm not saying I believe it this way. I'm not saying I believe it this way.
Yeah.
I take advantages to both sides of the coin, but I've been on both sides of that coin.
Right.
So it's, you know, we can agree to disagree, whatever. But you know, I see it this way. Howie sees it this way. You two see it your way, and it's just. Maybe it's a way that we've been raised. You know, it's conditioning. Who knows? You know,
absolutely
good for two people over here.
They are fascinating. People are truly fascinating.
And maybe
people, they're intriguing.
Anything else? I'm sorry. I just want to say, guys, there is a really awesome QR link at the top of the page. If you'd like to donate to RNN, help us out, get shows, get giveaways. I mean, We got a lot of stuff, and how he's got a lot of stuff planned for that. Any donation, it would be awesome. Literally, I just say, hey, buy a host a cup of coffee. Literally $2. Come on, guys. You can get away with just not having one cup of coffee. Send over the $2. You'd be great. We'll have the coffee for you.
Very appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what we're going to do now too is if anybody donates more than $12, we're going to send them a coffee cup. I think that's what we're going to do. It's a along with this what we're trying to get established and
Right.
everybody see what's going on. It's a way of saying thank you. So that might be a very good possibility in the future.
Merch.
Or shirt or a picture. Yeah. So a question was asked real quick, and we know we're going past the 12 o'clock hour, but let's roll with it for a few
I'm
minutes.
good.
How do you clean someone's bad energy off you? Oh, there you go. Susan, Joni. all
Cut
you.
cords. Cut the
Yeah,
cords.
you need
Cut
to
the
cut
cords.
cords, and you need to sage yourself
Salt that
immensely.
around.
And possibly Palo Santo. A good mixture is white salt and black salt. I usually add a little lavender to that just to bring in the positive energy a little bit more. Sue, can I have just 1 cup? I know.
Yeah. You can cut cords.
Yeah,
Why are you asking Sue? I'm the man.
He's the man with the cups. He's the man with the cups. How do
yeah.
you
So
cut
there's a
cords?
lot of different things you
Um,
can actually do.
There's
Salt
when
bath
you,
too.
if you work with archangels, you can sit down, meditate, work with Archangel Michael is the one that cuts cords,
Yep.
and you get into you picture the cord and the person's cord that is attached to you, and Michael can get out his sword, you get out yours, and you cut it. It's
Bingo.
that easy.
Exactly.
Ask for help.
Yep.
You
Keith,
can also pull them. You can also pull them.
Pull them. Yeah.
What I've noticed, at least with me, maybe I don't know, but if I cut it, there's still a remnant of that. So I will actually pull the cord
Pull
like
it.
a boot.
Burn it. You
And-
do what comes natural to you. What you-
Exactly.
You need to realize when you do cut or pull that cord, that other person is not going to feel that energetic connection any longer. They will feel a
Right.
pull and wonder what the hell is going on and try to contact you to reattach it.
Yep.
Yes.
right.
And that's good to do with stalkers too, because you're exactly right, Keith. If you've got somebody stalking you, cut the damn cord.
If you got to cut it 20 times a day, cut it 20 times a day.
All right. Now on a psychological, sociological side, helping yourself cleanse yourself of a past relationship. First, let go of everything. You need to take anything that you're holding on for emotional attachment and release it.
Yeah.
Let it go. Throw it away, bury it, do whatever you got to do.
Yep.
That's necklaces, jewelry, teddy bears. These are all things that are going to create that baggage. Now, if they're great memories, then keep it. By all means, I'm not saying get rid of it. But if it was a negative situation and a bad thing, get rid of the materialistic items that you may be holding, letters, notes, bills that connects you to that individual. Release it. Let it go because it no longer exists in who you are now.
My fires that I have out back when I'm doing
There
my
you
live,
go.
when that fire goes whoosh, when it shouldn't, I've got something in that fire that I am releasing. And
Yeah.
a lot of times why I take pictures of the flame is because you can see the individual in the flames. You can see what I'm releasing. It's really kind of cool.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And before,
So let's
go ahead.
end this with this. We've got a lot of great things happening. Travelers, if you're not already a traveler, contact us. Do you want to be a traveler? Let us know. We'll get you on the travelers page. This is only for travelers. We got 5 coffee cups. The first one that's going out is going to the first person who can figure out the name of the new show on Thursday nights. If you can do that by our What's up? What's up? If you can do that through our little hints, you will be the first person to get that coffee mug. So be aware of that. The coffee mugs are going out. We're encouraging. We have had no hits yet. So I'm going. Why are you not trying to get a free coffee cup? It's $12.50. It can be $12.50 for sale when they go on market. So this is your opportunity, travelers only,
Yeah.
to get the first ever Rift Nation coffee cup, and it will be a Travelers Nation cup. By the way, it's not just a regular Rift Nation. It's
Ooh.
more coffee cup, travelers. So you have that. We do have 3 shows. We have 2 upcoming shows. We have 3 shows that are in park and waiting for development. So the network is growing. We have room for you. If you want to talk, you're interested in doing a show, contact us. We love to hear
Yep.
what you have, what's your format. Can you work? 'Cause we are not bound by nighttime shows anymore. We can go all day long because
Yep.
that's how I do it. That's how we are working this. One nation. Oh, look, I got to do it. I hold on. I feel it. Ally and I. Rift Nation Network. Yeah.
Uh,
Brother. It just said
So
brother.
we have brother. Brother. So tune in tomorrow night to the Orion Effect. We have David Sims, author. He's a para researcher. He is a tour guide for GOS, Ghosts of Staunton. He's a musician. He's an all-around amazing man. Monday, Joni and Keith.
Yes, Monday, Joni, Keith, and Mysteries Beyond the Scenes. And it is on a homicide that what started out as a domestic violence case recently. And we will go over that case with the forensic astrology because it's interesting to see how a case develops. Did the domestic violence show up in the chart? And what he did and when he was caught, and did the chart go to where she was found? It's interesting.
That's going to be interesting.
Very interesting to see where the chart took us after the fact, after we've got the real facts of the case.
wow.
So that's Monday
Yeah.
at 7, and then Keith and I are at 8.
Yep. On the Otter's Den, we
Otter's
will be discussing why things are so absolutely crazy out there right now. And how you can compensate.
Yeah.
Welcome to eclipse season.
Yeah.
Here comes the eclipses.
Hey, Renee.
You know, Renee, are you in the Travelers page? I'm curious.
Yeah. You on the Travelers or RNN? Because I reconnected the Travelers.
Yeah, we need to know about that. Go ahead, Keith.
Okay.
I squirreled.
Okay. All right. So Tuesday is Raven Swan's Flock, and I'm going to be touching base on a subject that Howie actually mentioned, and we're going to be talking a lot, or I'm going to be talking a lot about abuse, anxiety, depression, stress. I figured it's about time I throw that degree out there in the works and work with some energy and see if we can find a way to help balance you out. Travelers, I got to disconnect and reconnect again.
Okay.
It's not working.
Well, we're
So
almost
what
at
I'm
the
going to do
end.
is disconnect, reconnect, and everybody's going to have to re-throw out those the new link. So
Oh, we're
when
gonna-
we do that,
Mercury retrograde.
yeah,
Yep. It's been happening for 2 weeks, and there you go.
yeah,
Um,
disconnecting and reconnecting.
Just
So-
wait till after out of retrograde.
yeah.
And speaking of Mercury retrograding and disconnecting and reconnecting, why do you think all exes are showing up? And these can even be friends, coworkers, what have you, past situations that are being recycled. It's from the past. It's an X thing. It's coming up for you to look at again and learn from.
That's
So
right.
Sorry, I'm Tuesday night at 8:00. Sorry.
Exactly. We do have that morning show that's coming on Wednesdays, so be aware of that. We do have the other show, so please
Cool.
pay attention to what Keith just said. That's going to be a major thing. What he just said, especially for all of us. It's just not happening to individuals. It's everybody's being affected.
It's everybody.
And you know what?
That's crazy.
Hold on.
right.
I'm going to say it. Susan asked me 2 weeks ago about something. Why are we being affected? I have your answer, Susan. Scientifically speaking, I pondered. I've done a lot of research the last 2 weeks, and I finally figured it out. Why is mankind becoming so aggressive? Why is humankind? Why is humankind becoming so violent and combative?
Oh, I got that answer.
And the answer was, oh, it's right in my face. It's the poles changing. Electromagnetic forces affecting our human body. It affects our brain and affects our chemistry of our bodies. When it changes, so do we. So we are becoming combative because of electromagnetic forces upon our bodies, yet it from space, universe, or the planet on a scientific side.
Rhea, you're all right.
Ray is even being combative.
Rhea,
See?
Brenda needs her bubble wrap suit.
Yeah, we need
That's
that
what
spiritual.
I said.
Yep, the
I
spiritual
remember
content
that.
needed.
Poor Rhea.
All right, Capitan, are we ready?
Well, have a great weekend, everybody.
Yes, definitely have a good weekend.
Howie, did you mention? Wait, that's next week, isn't it? The Outlaws.
Paranormal Outlaws, and we also you're right. You're right. It's Tuesday. We also have Mystic Mayhem.
Yep. The first Tuesday of every month.
Mystic Mayhem.
First Tuesday of every
First Tuesday of every month. So it's not this week, it's next week.
right. And Paranormal Outlaws are next Saturday.
Yep.
And a big
It's gonna be a
long
different-
weekend.
Yeah.
Yep. It's going to be a different look of the show and a different feel too, because we're embracing something that's happened, and it will be felt in Paranormal Outlaws.
Nice.
Saying.
That works.
All right.
We're going to pay homage to a particular individual. So
Perfect.
And from here on out, it's going to be a family.
Nice. Okay. I have no clue. I'm sorry. I'm still half here, guys.
I'm seeing here. Keith looks like he's trying to wait for something.
What?
It is.
It's affecting everything right now, even the weather.
fires are,
Got to agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, everybody,
All right.
have a great weekend.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
See you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. With David Sims. Me and Rondo will be chit-chatting, and we hope to see you there. Other than that, if you do not show, have a great weekend. And for God's sakes, take this chance. Get your coffee cup today.
Yes. Peace.
May virtue be yours.